Yo, yo, yo. Two live streams one day. I'm a new YouTube nigga. And if you don't like it, fuck off respectfully. We back again. Hopefully earlier you seen the video about the two most evil spirits. The two most evil spirits is what? What do we say? It's fear and ignorance. The two most evil spirits we talked about earlier today is fear and fucking ignorance. Right? Jay, you still can't hear me, Jay by here? Can't hear me? Can you hear me? Trav, what up? What up? What up? It's the okay, audio good, audio good. Audio good. I'm about to read. I got inspired over here sitting reading Yoga Sutras up on Tanjali, Trav. One of Trav's recommendations, highly recommendable. And I wanted to share this shit with y'all. Hold up. But yeah. The two most evil spirits, Trav, is the monitoring spirits. What are these monitoring spirits? What are these monitoring spirits? What these monitoring spirits are fear and ignorance. That's what's J Bob here. Try to leave and come back in. That's what's happening here. They're monitoring your ass. Fear and ignorance is always watching. Stay away from those evil spirits. Matter of fact, you ain't gotta stay away. You ain't gotta stay away. Do what the fuck you want to do. But we talked about how these two evil spirits is basically the evil is the undercovering factor. Here's evil. It's covered up by fear. Evil is covered up by fear and ignorance. It has 2, 3 layers of clothes, like in the wintertime. It's covered up like that. And it's hiding. People say shit is evil because they're ignorant of it, right? If you become knowledgeable of it, right? Because we call evil darkness, right? Evil is dark, black magic, darkness this and darkness that. The only way to rid of evil is by putting light on the darkness. What do we call spiritual? What do we call when we become conscious? Enlightenment. The only way to get rid of fear is through enlightenment. The only way to get rid of evil is through enlightenment. Enlightenment and fear or evil cannot live in the same place. Right? And I used to say God and fear cannot live in the same place. Well, God exists, fear cannot. Why? That's why. I just gave you the why. That's the why. So that's a little recap, slight recap of that. We went way more detail into that. Um, for those that's tuning in, please hit that like button. We finna get on some old Cosmic P. And if you don't like the term Cosmic P, fuck off. Respectfully. Respectfully though. Like I respect you. And I'm gonna tell you why I respect you. I'm gonna tell you why I respect you. Right here with this chapter I'm about to read. It ain't gonna be long, y'all. So if you don't want to be here long, don't worry. I won't hold you long. If you're just tuning in, please hit that like button. Drop a SOP in the chat. When I get some SOPs in the chat, we'll continue. Get some SOPs in the chat. We pushing Cosmic P. I like that background I got. I'm like a big kid. I did that. I said, ooh, you can do this. I used to love being just doing a little creative shit, little adding little extra shit as a kid, bro. And shit and get like now I get to do this shit again in some fake shape, form, or fashion where it can be beneficial to other people. Please There we get. There we go. There we go. A S-O motherfucking P. I want to shout out to this guy here again. I always shout him out, but god damn it, man. He's a solid individual, bro. Solid individual. He does some very selfless things. I'll tell you that. Does some very selfless things. Hope man in the background. Hope man in the background. Hold on, he said, why YouTube having two mutes that mute separately? It's not the move. Damn, J Bot, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I don't know if you meant mute or what, or you didn't. You got Hope man in the background. You see what I'm saying? Let's play around on this playground of Hope. Well, probably not, because Hope represents the phallus, huh? So we ain't finna be playing around on with Hope like that. that's that's the old dude in his robe with his rod erect. I'm Hope. All right, so this one right here is in book 1, Samadhi Padi, Pada, Pada, the 5th Yoga Sutra. It says there are 5. Hold up, no, that's not where I wanted to start. I'm sorry. We're gonna finish there. Peace zero. Appreciate you for joining us, gang. Went live early. I guess everybody was doing they life things. Hopefully y'all get to catch that replay. Nah, for sure, Trav. For sure, man. Really appreciate you, bro. You can mute the video on the video player. Oh, okay. That's what you did. Okay. Yeah, man. Had me over here thinking I thought Mercury was out the microwave. So I didn't think we had no problems. I thought we was done. Uh-oh, there she go. Hasaja. Peace. Love and hair grease. Made me have to make you kneel down on some rice for punishment. Inside joke, y'all won't get it. It's a joke, though. It's a joke. I would never make her do no shit like that. Peace, sunshine chick came in standing on cosmic peace. So this one right here, right? I may need to turn some light on over here. I really not sure if I need it, but just in case, let me get some light going. That's the only way you can cure darkness and evil is by this right here. Some motherfucking light. Enlightenment. So, here's my interpretation of what I'm about to read. This one is dealing with the 4th one. Vritti, dealing with some vrittis, right? Modification, mind modification to modify the mind. Why do we need to always go back to the mind? Why you just can't say some shit or just can't what's that shit called? Why you just can't feed the poor and enlighten yourself? Why you just can't read a book and enlighten yourself? Curve, peace. Okay, the gang showing up. What's up, gang? I don't want to fuck her name up. I hate fucking people's name up, bro. But she came through the show a little early. I appreciate you for showing up again. Curve, my guy, Cosmic P Pusher, what's happening? So, through renewal of your mind, be transformed by renewal of your mind, right? We know that that's in the Bible. That's why I tell y'all, like, it's still Cosmic P all through the fucking Bible. I ain't got nothing against it, except for some people who teach it the way that they teach it. But hey, man, so who the fuck what? We don't give a fuck. It's about what we get. Like I told y'all, it's about self-realization. That's what we about to get into today. Self-realization. Selfish versus selfless. And we're going to lead into it. Let's read. You seen okay. So what the Yoga Sutras do, the sutras are written and obviously in god damn it, you can't read it, but they are written in the what's the fucking language called Sanskrit, right? So they written in Sanskrit and then they break it down in English. So this one was dealing with the modifications of the mind, right? Don't chill, y'all. We only got like 5 pages. It don't take me 30 minutes to read 5 pages or fucking 4 hours. But because especially when the game show up like this, everybody's showing up. Okay, let's see. At other times, the self appears to assume the forms of the mental modifications. This is what I like to talk about. I used to always, if you ask people who they are, they're going to tell you what they do. Think about that. He's going to get into that. Let's see. God damn, everybody. Too many comments. I don't know what to do. It says, you seem to have lost your original identity and have identified your thoughts and have identified with your thoughts and body. This should provoke some thinking for those that have never heard this type of shit who don't deal with any of the yogic shit. Because, like, this shit inspired me. This is why I'm here. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button. Suppose I ask you who you are. If you say, I am a man, you identify yourself with a masculine body. If if I say I am a professor, if you say I am a professor, you are identifying with the ideas gathered in your brain. If you say I'm a millionaire, you identify with your bank account. How many people do you know like that, including self? Think about that. You are identifying with matter. That's why I tell you, like, that's why I like to say, like, bro, when we get into this spiritual shit, you have to understand some hoodoo win, Wednesday hoodoo. When you getting into this spirituality, you got to understand it's all about less identification. You identify less. So when you say, I'm the divine feminine, I'm the divine masculine, y'all know I'm always saying that same shit. It's like, bro, this is not the goal. The goal is not to be more of, is not to say you can't recognize these things within you. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not even saying these things are bad. What I'm saying is, ask yourself. Because when you die and leave here, when I die and leave here and go, the truth is going to be shown. I can say whatever the fuck I want on here. I can live my life how the fuck ever I want to live my life out here. And I can have these deep conversations. You can have these deep conversations. But when you leave, this motherfucker is going to be shown. How much do you identify with this motherfucker down here? I'm a rich nigga. Need a rich bitch. I'm a rich bitch. Need a rich nigga. Then we get to talking about why relationships don't work. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it today. If a mother with a child, if a mother with a child, a husband with a wife, or I am tall, I am short. Kind of hit me there. I am short, I am black, I am white. Shows your identification with the shape and color of the body. But without any identifications, who are you? Who are you if you can't identify with nothing? Who do you become? Have you ever thought about it? When you really understand that, you will see we are all the same. If you detach yourself completely from all things, you have identified yourself with, hold up. If you completely detach yourself from all things you have identified yourself with, you realize yourself is pure I. In that pure I, there is no difference between you and me. Remember I showed the picture on one of them other live streams? It don't matter. I show you again because I love you niggas or wiggers. Here we go. This is what we're talking about here. Remember, it said all this shit says God on it. It's pointing at everything, saying God. In that pure I, there is no difference between you and me. This is true, not only with human beings, but with everything. You call something a dog because it has a dog body. You call something a dog because it has a dog body. The spirit in the dog and the human is the same. Ooh, that hurt, don't it? That hurt, don't it? The spirit in the dog and the human is the same? What are you talking about, man? That's lame. I got melanin. I got melanin, nigga. Nigga, I got melanin. Somebody teach this my notes. See, somebody left, they heard that. I got melanin, nigga. I'm not the same. The same is true even with inanimate objects. There is the same spirit in a stone or a wall. If you use the term spirit or self, you might hesitate to believe me. Here's the tricks with words, right? That's what I'm learning to get better with. Like, that's why I always got to say, when I say divine masculine or feminine, or when I say God, I go into it like a slight little tangent because I know these words lose people. When you say these words, you automatically associate these words with certain things. So when you say worship, but now you over here and you occultist, dark side, and you spiritual, you like, I don't worship shit. I ain't worship shit. I worship no God. Worship no God. Like, okay, 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 I get what you're saying, but you need to get a better understanding of what this actually is. That's the word. That's the channel. Here we go. That's the channel. That's the form for force to be channeled through. That's the form for force to be channeled through. It's not the actual thing. Let's get deeper with this shit. You might hesitate to believe me if I say spirit or self. But if a physicist says the wall is nothing but energy, you will believe that. It's easier to believe when we say energy. Everything is energy, energy, high vibrational energy, low vibrational energy. You see what I'm saying? When you say that, oh, yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Everything is energy. Energy isn't me. Energy can't die nor be transformed. Right? That's the form for the force to channel through. So we can understand that, right? When we say energy, but if I say a dog has the same spirit as me, or if you came up under the same shit that we understood, now we dealing with white people. So what is that? Let's keep it real. There's no, we get the differences that come in on the more dense gross level, which means the five senses. They're going to get into it. They're going to get into it, right? Because fuck it, let's go. But if a physicist says the wall is nothing but energy, you will believe that. So using the scientist language, there is nothing but energy everywhere. Even the atom is a form of energy. The same energy appears in different forms to which we also give different names, right? I don't even know what that is, Zero. A router in the signal. So the form and name are just different versions of the same energy. The name, listen, the name, so the form and the name are just different versions of the same energy. We just get lost in language. Didn't he say in the Bible, like, let us go down and confuse their language and confuse them? I know a lot of people, J. By here know the Bible way better than me. What J. By here did? Something about going down there and confusing their language. When you confuse the language, they confuse, but they talking about the same shit. When you look at all these religions, all these wars, all these gangs, all this, and all this, that, everybody's talking about the same shit. Everybody is. But somebody just, when you use the word Jesus, they get scared. Now that they're conscious, they get scared. Like, oh, Jesus. Hell no, ain't no Jesus. Because they get in fear now, right? They get in fear. You got to peep it. They get in fear when they get to shitting on Jesus and Christians. I was one included here. I would quickly tell a Christian to fuck off. And it wasn't respectfully. It was disrespectfully. Jay By here gave his story on the last one. You gotta watch that. Jay By here gave his whole story. He went through a whole atheist period. And then came into consciousness. Went through the whole trolling shit and all that. But when we say word, and I'm speaking to conscious people, right? So when we say the word Jesus, that automatically something turns on and you like, oh hell no, that white man Jesus, this and this and this and that, but they did this and this and that. The letter J wasn't invented, this and this and that, and then it say he's got skin of bronze, and then it's like, bro, I get it. But we're talking about the force behind the form, not the form. What did we just talk about in the last video? Is when you're dealing with dreams, when you're dealing with the astral plane, the shit that's showing up is not the actual fucking thing. That's just the way that your mind, since it's your mind, that's the only way that your mind can bring it to you. That's the only way your mind can bring it to you, because those are the forms that you know. Skin of bronze, hair of wool, beard. I'm Jesus, nigga. I'm Jesus. Oh, then he put it right in there right after that, too. I'm Jesus, nigga. By the standards that it was describing, but we know, right? We know this man ain't, but everybody here knows. Just for the newcomers that come and watching. And according to the yogic scientists, such as Patanjali, and even many modern scientists, behind the different forms of energy is one unchanging consciousness or spirit or self. Hokmah. See what I'm saying? This is divine masculine principle. It's behind all of this shit. That's why I tell you, when you look at the divine masculine in all mythology, the father's never there. The father is never there. Why is he never there? It doesn't mean he's a deadbeat. Yes, the story may go away and say he got killed this way and done this way, but what does that really mean? He's not showing up in manifest reality on the apparent level. It's hidden. And energy is what? Prakriti, Shakti, the divine feminine principle. Right or wrong? This is Cosmic P. Drop a SOP in the comments, please. This is why, if we could calm our minds and get to the basis of all these modifications, we will find the unity among everything. This is the real yogic life. Huh? This is the real yogic life. This does not mean we are indifferent to the changes and become useless to the world. That don't mean, oh, we ain't nothing then. Instead, with this experience of universal unity, we function better, right? We function better. We will all, hold up, we will have happy and harmonious lives if we live on this principle. Everybody dropping it. Okay, hold up, y'all. Let me catch up. SOP, Shiva and Shakti. Did it show up? Shiva and Shakti, and then SOP. And then we got a SOP. And then we got a SOP. And then we got a SOP. Y'all love me, bro. I love y'all too, bro. God damn, bro. Don't make a nigga all sensitive and shit showing up and supporting. What y'all showing up and supporting for? I don't want to get up to heaven and Jesus be like, Jody Joe, turn your ass around. Only then can we love our neighbors as our own self. I will also see another person as a body, and the two bodies cannot be one. They are always different. Let's read that again. If I identify myself with a body, I will always see another person as a body, and two bodies cannot be one. They are always different. If I identify myself with the mind, nobody can have a mind exactly like mine. If I identify myself with my mind, nobody can have a mind exactly like mine. Right? Depart. Depart me from you workers of iniquity. No, no two individuals have the same body or mind. Even twins. Even to the extent of the half-inch square thumb, we are not the same. Ask the fingerprints experts. They will tell you no two fingerprints are the same. But behind all these differences in the self, we never differ. That means behind all these ever changing phenomena is a never changing one. There's something that does not change. The changeless Purusha. This is the spirit. This is the soul. This is the soul. It does not change. But who is the forever changing one? The divine feminine principle. Prakriti. Prakriti is the forever changing one. Because what's the constant thing in the universe? What's the most known principle that's constant in the universe? Change. That one appears to change due to our mental modifications. Hold up. That means behind all these ever changing phenomena is a never changing one. That one appears to change due to our mental modifications, the vrittis. So by changing your mind, you change everything. We already bring up the same shit in the Bible, bruh. Same shit in the Bible, bruh. Ain't shit changed, bruh. There's some principles in that motherfucker, bruh. I know it's written in Shakespeare shit, but it's all like holy thou and thee and shit, bruh. But it's the same shit, bruh. I can't. If you see truth, point it out. If we could only understand this point, we would see that there is nothing wrong outside. There are no enemies. No obstacles can apprehend you. No obstacles will apprehend you. Why not? Because if we could understand this point, we could see that there is nothing wrong outside. It is all in the mind. It is all in the mind. Literally, it's all in your mind. Yeah, that's some cool shit to say, but what does that mean? This is what it means. We talking about what the fuck it means. It's the modification of your mind. Craig, stimulate your mind, Craig. We gonna get high. You got five. It's your day off. Whatever the fuck he said. What you trying to build a clubhouse? You want to build a clubhouse? You building your own clubhouse with your mind. You putting yourself. You see, it's a world outside. It's something else outside that's beautiful and nice. Palm trees, beaches, and all that shit. But inside your mind, you build a clubhouse. And you live in that clubhouse and complain about that clubhouse, about how fucked up the clubhouse is. Like, bro, you know you can get out that clubhouse, bro. Like, you know these ain't nothing but boxes that you stole from your job. You remember you had a job, right? You came here with a purpose, right? You got a job, right? Remove the boxes and walk outside, nigga. Shiva is absolute zero in the infinity void. That masculine principle, the spirit. Now I see in that way. Hey, you see it in that way, zero, because you are that way, zero. That's what we talking about. That's cosmic P. You realizing it in yourself. And if don't nobody understand you, zero, tell them fuck off respectfully. Because you standing on P. By correcting our vision, we correct the outside. Hold up. By correcting our vision, we correct things outside. If we can cure our hate to do it, y'all, but I don't know how to pronounce this word. Jadiance. That ain't how you say that. Jaundiced. Oh, it's a medical condition characterized by a yellowing of the skin and the eyes or the mucus of the membrane. Jaundiced. Jaundiced. Let's say it again, y'all. Y'all hear that? Jaundiced. So by correcting our vision, we correct the things outside. If we can cure our jaundiced eye, nothing will look yellow. If we can cure our eye, nothing will look yellow. So what does that say about the jaundice right there? I already said like that's the yellowing of the eye. So I guess people who have that end up seeing things like with a yellow tint. But if you can cure the eye, your perception change. If you can cure the mind, if you can modify the mind, the perception change. Yeah, the upgraded Texas. Hey, I've been having. I say, fuck it. Jaundiced. Fuck it. Had to go get something useful and appropriate. J. Bahel says Psalms 119 through 97, or verse 119 and 97. Oh no. Oh, Psalms 119 verse 97 through 104. Mem. Y'all over here laughing. Let me hold on. Let me finish. So, but without correcting the Jondants, we we much no, however much we scrub the outside things. Listen, however much we scrub the outside things. So you might have this yellow eye and seeing everything yellow. You can scrub everything and try to get it to clear up on the outside, no matter how much. Hold up, hold up. By correcting our vision, we correct the things outside. If we can cure our jaundiced eye, nothing will look yellow. But without correcting the jaundiced eye, however, we scrub the outside things. We are not going to make them white, blue, gray, or green. They will always be yellow. If you don't change your mind, it will not, nothing is going to change. If you don't break these thought forms and create new ones, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. No matter how hard we do it, right? Ain't the physical realm the most stubborn realm? So don't we got to start from the spiritual realm first, or spiritual realms first, to not get that specific, and then work our way down? Okay. That's why yoga is based on self reformation. Self reformation is not based on, not saying you cannot have, but it's not based on saving your mama, your sister, the niggas on Facebook. It's not based on everybody with melanin. It's based on self reformation. What is yoga? Yoga is unification with source, with whatever God, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what yoga is. Ain't that what we all doing here? Right? So if you don't even identify, if I lose you with the word yoga, somebody dropped off. If I lose you with the word yoga, well, take the word yoga back and then look at the principle of what you're trying to do as an enlightenment being, as an enlightened being, or a being coming into enlightenment. Self-control and self-adjustment. So we're doing self-reformation, self-control, and self-adjustment. When this reformation is accomplished, we will see a new world, a harmonious and happy world. That's why we should always keep ourselves free from these identifications. Can you keep yourself free from identifications? Yoga means union. Damn, but my shit moving real slow. Here's the last one we're gonna read, y'all. But like, let's go over that overview. Is the fact that we keep identifying with a lot of this shit is what's getting us. I don't see, and I understand this. I look at this because what did Dion Fortune say? What Big Homie Fortune say? What Triple OG Fortune say? What Triple OG Triple OG Dion Fortune say? She said it in the beginning. A lot of people uh, okay. Damn. The rate, okay, here we go. Hold up, y'all. Don't run from me. Triple OG Fortune. She got something to say. Because she talked about how people have different racial dharmas. Here we go. Right? She talked about Europeans and what's their racial dharma. What are they here to do? The racial dharma of the West is the conquest of dense matter. If this were realized, it would explain many problems in the relationships in the West and the East, right? In order that we may conquer dense matter and develop the concrete mind, we are endowed by our racial heritage with a particular type of physical body and nervous system, just as other races, such as the Mongolian and the Negro, are endowed with other types. What is she saying? I'm not saying it because I'm black. She's saying it. And I trust her word with her thoroughness of understanding of the planes. She don't confuse the planes. White people, or let's say not all, but the ones that's running this shit, supposedly they not running shit. I'll get it. I got a video coming with that. They not running shit. But the European who has usurped the world with a new way of thinking and they brought something new to this planet. You have to understand that. That's what happened. The European brought something new to this planet. And she just explained, let's do it again. The racial dharma of the West is to conquer the dense matter. If this were realized, it would explain many problems in relationship with the West and the East. In order that we may conquer dense matter and develop the concrete mind, we are endowed by a racial heritage with a particular type of physical body and nervous system, just as other races such as the Mongolian and Negro are endowed with different types. So if we understand that, everybody don't have the same. So man, I don't want to get into it because I got a video coming on it. But like we get to talking about group souls, right? Like there are group souls that come down here with a specific dharma. My theory is based off of what we read in. Yeah, I ain't gonna go too deep because I got a video coming for with visualizations and shit. But my theory is, since she said that, that makes sense. They have a different dharma than someone who's already been on this bitch for billions, however long they say we've been on here. If I don't know if the mitochondrial DNA has been disproved or what the fuck not, but to my latest knowledge, no. So, however long melanated people been on this fucking plane, right? What if we are a group soul? And this idea sparked from what Trav said on one of them lives. He was like, what if we the ones that just came down here to build up forms? Instead of holding on, attaching to it, like, oh, they stealing this from us, and they stole this from us, and they stole this from us. What if our racial dharma is to come here to build up forms? Hint, hint, Lord of Forms. I love two viewers for that, but hey, cool. Guess what? I'm gonna say what needs to be said. What if we didn't already did all this shit? Because what did Dion Fortune say? Hell, what did Bobby say? Hell, what did Penny say? Everybody said, even the ones in the East got they shit from the so-called Kamites, right? They were their teachers, or they were them in this Kush, the Kushite Africans, or whatever the fuck people want to say the real name of Africa is, right? Let me check some of these comments because they coming in. I'm missing shit. J by here, we reading the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. The triple OG fortune. No, not the fountainhead. Nobody knows not the fountainhead from which their tradition springs. And everybody's so deep and spiritual. And I'm not just gonna lie like I always knew, but let's do some study. That's what we here to do. And we here to bring it to the people. G on fortune. G on. G on fortune. G on fortune gang, homie. The Mongolian and the Negro. The Mongolian and the Negro. What's up, my nigga? My niggas. My niggas. I totally believe in group souls too. I recently have an experience someone that that is a deep reflection on a soul level. Hmm. I see it now. Like, and it may come in as, and it may break off into, it may break off into smaller sections too. You see what I'm saying? Like with different agendas. Like you have in that group soul, you have artists, you'll have teachers, you will have revolutionary people physical revolutionary shit. You'll have the people that are dealing with the spiritual shit, and you got people dealing with music. Then you got people who get addicted to drugs. Then you got people who like the same gender sex. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a group soul that then breaks off into like sub parts. I like to think if group soul is a thing, then it's top to bottom for races and small groups. I okay. So here, oh damn, I wanna hold up. When I first tripped, I saw all my childhood friends attached to a group souls. We had residual karma from last time. That's why we were friends. See, I think everybody I finna say it like, oh ooh, yeah. But no, I think a lot of people have come into that understanding. I got a very dope presentation I'm gonna come with based off some shit just like that. Trav talking about dealing with them shrooms. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Terrence McKenna. Bro, he on some shit. He on some shit. He on some shit. He on some shit. All the things I learned from you all are really effective at this point. Shout out to you, Zero, because you a cosmic P pusher. Like a puzzle piece. That's what I'm saying. So it's like we got these group souls, the Lords of Flames. Remember that, Trav? The Lords of Flames, the Lords of Form. And that's what I'm thinking. Or did we say that? I don't remember. But that's what I'm thinking. This go round, or whatever go round, I have many go rounds. We came down here to be the Lords of Form, came down here to build shit up. Leave that shit behind. Build that shit up. Move on to the next. Build that shit up. Move on to the next. If you pay attention to the history in this so-called cycle, that's all niggas have done on this planet. Build shit up. And then somebody else come in, pick it up, and act like it's theirs. Build shit up. Somebody else come in and pick it up and act like it's theirs. Music, art, all that shit. So it's like a group soul type thing, right? And these group souls have their own racial dome. I was bringing that up because it's like maybe, and I'm not saying don't do anything in this book because this book is truly enlightened because we talked about how on Trav live, I think we tapped in on some shit and we was like, the barrier entry is low for consciousness or reincarnation. So I posed the thought like, well, maybe also, which will also come into like the barrier entry is low dealing with consciousness as well for us as people who are conscious. We don't have to put in as much work. Not saying don't put in no work. Not saying that. Please don't take that twist tie that because you're gonna have to. That's the point of being here on the manifest reality. But as much work, you got to think about it. It shows as much work as Dion Fortune had to put in back then. You don't have to put the same thing in to get the information. You got fucking YouTube. You got fucking Amazon. You get what I'm saying? As much as work had to be put in, so that trickles down to a lot of other shit as well. The veil has been lifted. See what I'm saying? Like certain veils start lifting, so the barrier of entry is lower. And like I said on the other video, I feel like I just said this yesterday or today. It's like it's like high schoolers and fucking preschoolers go to the same school. If that preschooler develop at least the bare minimum of skill of walking and learning how to open up a door, he can go sit down in a classroom. It don't mean he ain't gonna get walked all over. He ain't gonna fit in socially. He ain't gonna go through all that other shit. It don't mean that he ain't gonna go through no shit because he ain't put the work in. He ain't put a decent enough amount of work in yet. He ain't learned his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s yet. But he can enter the classroom. The veil has been lifted. Now he's being exposed to all these different various forms of different mathematical equations and this and this and that. So you got some people out here who dealing with like, ooh, they like angel, like, I see the 717 every day, all day. Like, bro, the other day, y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta tell you, don't let me forget where I was at. The teacher student coming to 87 times. 87 times on December 16th. I saw 87 times on December 16th. So you get to seeing all these and seeing all of that and hearing about this and then hearing about what the government really doing and this and this and that. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going back to the church. I heard some people say I retire angel numbers and tarot cards and I'm going back to church. It's like, I mean, you're definitely supposed to be there. But what I'm saying is the barrier of entry has been lowered. Now more people can pick up on the subtle levels of things. Ask anybody, talk to anybody about 2020 to 2024. Everybody is like, oh, something's been going on. I explained that on my last video, how many people I've ran into. And I meet a lot of fucking people every day. And everybody seems to have the same understanding. So the veil has been lowered. What if we've already went through this? Ain't no what if, we have. It's time. Now you just got to remember. You already went through that traveling atom stage that Dion Fortune talked about. Sam Leary, Ram Dass were all from the same time. Ah, okay. Okay. Like what J Bye here. Zero, we're glad to have you here, brother. Glad to have you here. Zero all the way in Mexico. Zero all the way in Mexico or from Mexico. They can pick up on it, but can they actually operate it? There we go. That's what we saying. Because it's still levels to go through this shit, right? But the barrier has been lowered or the veil has been lifted. These barriers, these veils, like I like to say, it's literally psychological blockages. Your mind just can't conceive of anything like that. What did I say early on the live stream? If I tell you, listen, if I tell you don't think about a titty, I bet you just vision a titty in your head. Don't think about a red shoe. That red shoe popped up in your head. But if I tell you, don't think about a blueshka boo boo. Don't think about no blueshka boo boo. Don't think about a blueshka boo boo boo. You can't think about it because there's a psychological block. There's a veil there. You can't get past that. You ain't gonna be able to envision that in your head. There's a block there. There's those, so these blocks are being removed now. That's when we get into abstract thought. If you've been reading over there with Trav shit, reading not cosmic doctrine. What we reading right now, Trav? What we read when we read Mystical Kabbalah by Dion Fortune, which I just pulled out and read. You have to be able to think abstractly the higher up the planes you go. Let's see here. A lot of people use their light as keys to get into levels, but then get kicked out due to not knowing how to operate them keys. Facts. Travis said facts. Cognitive dissonance. One of the first words I learned when I became conscious. Black people y'all got cognitive dissonance. Because y'all just can't see anything past what y'all emotionally attached and hooked on because Jesus this and like he got y'all, the white man got y'all like. That was one of the first words that I ever learned. Cognitive dissonance. So let's finish up with these last 2 pages. I just wanted to see if the family was gonna show up tonight. Y'all showed up. I appreciate the family. What's happening, fam? What's happening, family? What's happening, family? Hold up. If you're on YouTube, bring your ass. If you're on Instagram, bring your ass over here to YouTube. I don't know why I put it up on YouTube, but people know damn well you ain't finna sit on YouTube. Oh shit, what I miss, y'all? He's the same used to use the word. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, Zero. You're from Mexico. So the next one says there are 5 kind of mental notifications, which are either painful or painless. This is where we get into the selfless or selfish. All that we just talked about is dealing with the selfless and selfish. But let's go deeper. Patanjali says there are 5 kind of vittis, and vittis are mental modifications. And again, these are grouped into 2 major categories. One variety brings up pain, the other does not. One brings up pain and the other does not. Key thing here. Notice he does not divide the thoughts into painful and pleasurable. Why? Because even a so called pleasurable thought might ultimately bring us pain. Even a pleasurable thought might ultimately bring us pain. That's why I like these. They gonna give it to you straight forward. Let's keep going because I ain't even got finna say something, but I ain't got to. And again, we cannot easily know in the beginning whether a particular thought will bring us pain or not. Some thoughts begin with pain, and some thoughts begin with pain, but in the end leave us at peace. Did you hear that? Some thoughts begin with pain, but eventually end up leaving us at peace. You've been through those moments. He gonna use the same example I would have thought of before I read it, but like relationships, you've been there. And when you finally be able to detach from that person and understand, like I reached that point. It hit me this year. Y'all been watching my videos. It hit me. I hit that point, and so much pressure was released and let up off of me. I just came into acceptance and a different level of understanding. This is why this YouTube has gotten started. I've got through it. I've rode the middle of the pendulum swing. First, I was getting my ass rocked back and forth, boy. Get my ass rocked back and forth. God damn. You know what that shit feel like, don't you? Rock the boat. Some thoughts begin with pain, but end up leaving us at peace. Others appear to be pleasurable, but ultimately bring us pain. You can think about your life. You've been through it. For example, our pity at another's suffering certainly causes us pain, but ultimately it expands our hearts and minds and gives us understanding and leaves us in peace. Suffering, nigga. Suffering will leave you at peace. Ultimately, suffering will leave you at fucking peace. You know how many fucking funerals I had to go to? You know how many times I had to hear grandmama scream for their son in that casket? He died too young. Do y'all understand? This little young nigga I used to know growing up, right? I want to say too much, but there's a person who exists in this world, right? You know what I'm saying? Kind of been like with the shit his whole life, and you know what I'm saying? And it's better I not get into it, but like, man, bro, it sucks, bro. It sucks, bro. I don't even want to bring that story up because it just recently happened, and people had to lose their kids. Somebody had to lose their kids. Brought suffering, heavy suffering. But yeah, that's another story, man. For example, our pity of another's suffering certainly causes us pain, but ultimately it expands our hearts and mind and gives us understanding and leaves us in peace. Instead of these terms, painful and painless, we might be able to understand that there's a better word. That we okay. Instead of these terms, painful and painless, we might be able to understand this point better if we use 2 other words. I don't know. I'm just saying. He talking about lean with it, rock with it. I know he talking about I'm doing it. Hey, for real. Y'all silly said in the chat, man. Hold up. Instead of using painful and painless, it may be better to use different words. See how he keep honing in on when we use certain words, they bring up certain thoughts and they lock us in to think a certain way. Let's see what he means by that. NLP. NLP. Shit. Somebody called it. Hold up. What's going on? If you over here on IG, why the fuck you ain't on YouTube? I'm just using this as a bridge. Bring your ass to YouTube. Maybe a better word to use. Call them selfish thoughts and selfless thoughts. So instead of using pain and painless, how about saying selfish and selfless thoughts? Right? The selfish thoughts ultimately bring us pain. Selfish thoughts ultimately bring us pain. For example, to love something or somebody is pleasurable. Uh-oh. But many of you have experienced how the very same love brought you a lot of unhappiness, pain, hatred, jealousy, and so on. Why? Because that love was not pure love, but was based on some expectation in return. There was selfishness in it. The exception may be anything. Let's read that again, because what's one of my cosmic P's? Refine your standards, lower your expectations. Why do I say that? Why do I say refine your standards and lower your expectations, man? You becoming less selfish. I ain't saying straight selfless, but you're becoming less selfish with the way that you want to control the way that things turn out. And that's not how it works. Life is about throwing your ass curveballs. I don't give a fuck how spiritual it is. Life throws you curveballs. And if you standing on cosmic P, if you standing on principle, don't worry. You got it. You got it. Refine your standards, lower your expectations. That doesn't mean don't expect anything in life. This is me saying this. I'm not saying that's what he's saying. This is me saying this. I'm not saying don't expect anything in life. This is your dharma over here in the West, right? Because that love was not there was not just a pure love, but was based on some expectation in return. There was selfishness in it. The expectation may hold up. The expectation may be anything. A little financial comfort. So when you looking for that in a relationship, you ultimately setting up for doom. Some publicity, you ultimately setting up for doom. Or a little physical pleasure, you're ultimately setting yourself up for failure. I got a 5-hour video on love. If you have not watched my 5-hour video on love, please. Hold up, damn. Demona, I missed your comment. Hold up. Which leads back to what you said earlier about the lack of knowledge being evil. People losing their life is deemed evil, but it's happening from programs of lack of knowledge on so many levels. And then I even look at it like this, which a lot of people can't grasp, but I understand like we don't be knowing what people have done in their past life. And I'm not saying what I'm saying cause and effect, right? Because when we dealing with spirits, we know spirits don't think in human terms of morality. So when you learn to remove yourself with what you identify with, what he just talked about in the last chapter, you understand what happened was meant to happen. It sounds fucked up when you say it's meant for somebody to be killed, right? But like we got billions of trillions of 100,000s of years of human beings being killed. Why is that? Because the planes of cause and effect are still working, which we call karma. I like to use better. It's better to say cause and effect because it comes out different than when a person says karma because I don't believe in karma. Well, you don't believe if you drink water, you're going to go have to pee eventually. That's cause and effect. That's karma, motherfucker. But like this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to death, I look at death in a certain way. Especially if you know you can't die. Technically, you can't die. It's like I understand death on a different level. Death, experiencing so much death is what brought me to question the world even more. It brought me into it helped push me into understanding, experiencing so much death in the streets. That's what done it for me. So because that love was not pure, but was based on some expectation in return, there was selfishness in it. The expectation may be a little financial support. Check yourself. Are you looking for some financial support when you basing your thing off of love? Are you saying you're not, but in reality you are? Will you go get a motherfucker who work at the Waffle House? Why not? Or for some publicity? Why you gotta have a person with status? Why a person with status is even an interest when you're talking about love? I remember what was that Vivica Fox or what Elisa Ray said, why would I be with a man? And I get it. It's logic, right? It's logic, but it's not this type of shit we talking about. It's logic. Like, why would she be with a man and who can't keep up with her on some financial shit? Like, her daily meals may cost $300, and it may stress him out to be trying to be a man and pay for her $300 meals. It's like that is right though. Like, bitch, I won't even be with you neither. Daily, you eating $300 meals, bitch. You probably need to tone it down. But it makes logical sense in what she's saying. But that's a love with expectation as well. You see what I'm saying? So you're expecting this person to be a certain type of way instead of pure love. Man, we'll get into it, man. I ain't gotta go into that far. I got a fucking 5 hour video on it. Little financial comfort, some publicity, or a little physical pleasure. How wet is that pussy? How long is the rod? Can you last long? Can you not? Oh, if you like girls, then you're a girl. Whatever the case may be. With the expectation, with this expectation, love seldom lasts long. It don't last long. That's why I keep telling people you complain about man and women, woman and man. The problem is human beings. Nobody has tapped into this selfless love for this self love for themselves. Nobody wants to tap into that part because it comes with some inner work. It comes with some vrittis, some mental modifications. Motherfuckers don't want to change the way that they think and who they are. Like, I'm like this and I'll never change. I ain't changing for no man. I ain't changing for no woman. Take me as I am, or don't take me at all. With this expectation, love seldom lasts long. So love, though it appears to be painless thoughts, if so, here we go. If you focus on a thought of love, although it seems to be a painless thought, ultimately ends in pain if it is based on selfishness. Word. What's the word? Comments pretty quiet. Comments pretty quiet. This shit real. I know when everybody listening, but I'm just saying. It's Cosmic P we pushing. It's Cosmic P we pushing. This is principle. Like, and I won't say it's difficult, but like it is difficult. It's difficult because we have the mind of a European. All of us have a mind of a European. They've dominated the planet. We don't. This is the battle between the East and the West. She already said it. It's hard for us to be able to comprehend Eastern thought over here in the West. So what you saying? We ain't supposed to, like, why would I be with somebody who broke? Oh my God, I'm sorry, beloved. Or a nigga, what you saying, bro? So what you mean we supposed to fuck with a bitch that's like this and she ain't got this? And hey, bro, it's hard for us to comprehend. And I can only speak, you know what I'm saying, for the type of crowd that I grew up around, right? But I see it in all nationalities and ethnicities. I see it. You got relationships where I ain't My man, no, I'm not even touching a bill. I won't even touch it. Like, damn. Like, what if something else happens? Because we are on a pendulum swing. What if the money goes down? Like, think about it. If you don't got a man who ain't paying all the bills, you're gonna leave and pay all the bills on your own anyway. Or man, whatever the case may be, you're gonna pay all the bills on your own any goddamn way. What's wrong with touching the bill? It's like we put so much limitations in front of love, y'all. I'm attacking culture, not any specific gender. I'm attacking culture. I'm attacking tradition. Fuck your tradition in your culture. Mine's included. Even though I'm still a part of it, but still. I'm removing self. That's what we're talking about here. On the other hand, I thought like anger might bring pain in the beginning. The anger of a selfless person has no personal motive behind it, though. The anger of a selfless person has no motive behind it. Although the anger may cause somebody to feel bad in the beginning, ultimately it helps that person to correct himself or herself to lead a better life. What is my name? No obstacles will apprehend you. Here we go. Hold up. No obstacle, no obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over pain. That's my thing. That's what I came with. That's how I made my name a mantra. I had to prosper over that pain. I had to. That pain ultimately brought me to where? Think about it. That's why my symbol for that is this. Hold up. I'll show y'all my symbol for prosperity over pain. It's all loaded with symbolism. Hold up. But it looks like some regular nigga shit. Y'all better not went nowhere. So here we go. Hold up. And it got the burner of God on there. Gibera. Prosper over pain. The same thing that, can I say that? The same thing that I played around with in the street that caused other people pain. The same thing that other people played around in the street and brought my family pain. It brought me prosperity, it brought me understanding, it brought me peace, it brought me freedom. All those funerals, all those bullets I dodged, all those bullets that I'd even dodged, but somehow they fucking miss me when I'm close, point blank range. I'm gonna have to do a video telling my life story. It brought me prosperity. Those shirts will be on sale again soon. Cause I used to feel some type of way about putting that Drake on there, and like that was my thing. Like, the fuck is wrong? Now my hat crooked. Now my headphones broke. Like, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, those same thing that brought me pain brought me pleasure. You know what they say, the same thing that make you laugh or make you cry, same thing make you smile and make whatever. Vice versa. You see what I'm saying? So hold up, I'm missing some comments. Love oneself is the only true love. And that's the only way you can really love someone else. Because you figure out that they are you. Because that you can true because of that you can truly love others. Facts. I feel as long as we put an effort and energy that produce growth, then it don't matter about the money situation for real. Because guess what? You understand it because money comes and goes anyway. If you already with somebody who understands how money moves, it's a currency like the stars in behind me. It moves, so it exchanges from here to there, from here to there, from here to there. All you got to do is figure out the rhythm of how this shit goes and how it moves. And if you and your lover need to y'all figure it out. Y'all figure it out. But y'all have to say that, have that same energy and go because we in the West, we have a different life. We can't just go off on the wilderness and just go. It ain't that easy. And it's hard. And it's not meant for everybody to do that as well. Some people just doing it trying to get away from an escapism, right? He talked about that in here too. And then we talk about that shit on the first chapter of Dion Fortune book last Sunday, which we'll be reading again this Sunday. It's 11:11. 11:11, Trav, where you at? So then we talk about that as well, about people trying to escape their dharma, not really being called out to the wilderness, just trying to do it and get away from the suffering instead of dealing with it by going through vrittis, mental modification. Let's continue. On the other hand, a thought like anger might bring pain in the beginning. The anger of a selfless person has no personal motive behind it. Although that anger may cause somebody to feel bad in the beginning, it ultimately it helps that person to correct himself or herself to lead a better life. It's done that for me. Walking example. For example, no way pop. That ain't what it say. For example, my Gnosis, but no, that's not what it says. For example, a little strictness on the part of the classroom teacher is needed to reform the children and make them understand their responsibilities. What the Bible says, spare the child the rod, and you spare something. Can't remember. Can't remember. Damn, I'm seeing it. Appreciate y'all. Y'all saying it's hard. Yeah. I was rocking out. I was going crazy with them goddamn shirts in my hometown. Um, Another story for another day. Niggas start putting them up though, because I know people still wear that motherfucker, and it still represents the same thing that I represent: the prospering over the pain. My rap name transitioned into this shit real smooth. Oh, you on East Coast time? 12 for her. She on Eco time. It's probably East Coast for everybody. I think I'm probably the only one on in Central time, probably. Um, Whatever the thought is, if there is no selfishness behind it, it can never really bring pain to the person concerned. Whatever the thought is, if there is no selfishness behind it, it can never really bring pain to the person concerned. The result is neither pain nor pleasure, but peace. If you're making selfless thoughts and you seeing things from this, it can't do nothing but bring you peace, bro. Seeing this truth, we should analyze all of our motives and try to cultivate selfless thoughts. It's a work, right? Some work you got to put in. Selfless thoughts. The first is that is our first and foremost duty as spiritual people, as ones who's really about to work, not trying to shit on the other gender, not trying to whatever the fuck we be doing as people. We should be becoming more selfless because we see that God is everything and I am God. When you get to seeing shit like that, it's like, oh, everything that's happening is supposed to be fucking happening. Ain't nothing happening that ain't supposed to be happening. The world is not fucked up. The world is doing what the fuck. Even though I say that, I have a real dear realization that understanding, no, it's not. It's doing exactly what the fuck the shit was meant to do. It's getting this complex for a reason. People over identifying for a reason. Y'all know my theory. When we keep getting to when you get to these extreme points, you know this shit is something new is about to come around, which means something is about to be destroyed. Whether it just be the way that we think, because I don't believe the world finna fucking explode, or maybe a catastrophic event. I don't fucking know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's gonna reach a point where it has to restart. This just a cycle of this shit down here. I knew J Bide here was gonna come. I ain't even want to summon. I ain't even want to summon. He gonna show up anyway. Whenever whoever spare the rod hates his son, be he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. Gotta make space. Zero gave a round of applause. If you just joining, hit that like button. We on some Cosmic P here. Some people say, I thought that in the name of Some people say, I thought that in the name of meditation and yoga, we were supposed to make the mind blank without thoughts. But you can't make the mind thoughtless immediately. Many people try, but it's impossible. Once you have the mind thoughtless, you have attained the goal. But it is not that easy. Many people say, I have made my mind vacant. How did they know the mind was vacant? They were aware of it. Is not the type of awareness, if hold up, check this out. Is not that type of awareness a thought? Is that not a thought? My mind is vacant. Is that not a thought? Uh-oh. This is where we get to going into higher levels of understanding consciousness. Remember, I got that theory about that dreamless state that we always talk about? That state where we're not having dreams. You can't remember a goddamn thing. But it is not easy. Many people say I have made my mind vacant. How did they know that their mind was vacant? They were aware of it. Is that not a type of awareness? Is not that a type of awareness a thought? You have removed all of your thoughts and retained this one thought, having made the mind vacant. This is not the real thoughtlessness. That's not the real thoughtlessness. This is why we use the trick of developing certain positive thought while removing negative ones. You can trick the mind. This is why we use the trick of developing certain positive thoughts while removing negative ones. We say to the mind, this is what we say to the mind. Okay, here we go. All right. If you want to create some thought forms, go ahead. But if you create thoughts that will bring you pain, you are the one who will suffer. If you are selfish, you will suffer later on. I don't want to kill you. I am your friend. I am interested in your welfare and peace. So please listen to me. Do not create thoughts that will rebound you. Forget your selfishness. Make others happy, and you will be the happiest person. That's what we tell our mind. That's what we tell our mind. You should get the Yoga Sutras up on Patanjali. Here's the book. Say that to yourself. Recite that to yourself. Say that to yourself. Recite that to yourself. Just repeatedly do that and lay there and see where it takes you. Just read it, record it on your phone, do a voice record, woot the woot the fucking woot. And repeatedly say that to your mind. By seeing others happy, you can't be happy. But by making everybody unhappy, you can never be happy. By seeing others happy, you can't be unhappy. But by making everybody unhappy, you can never be happy yourself. So at least for your happiness, bring happiness to others. If you really want to be selfish in the idea of retaining your peace. There's a point here. See what I'm saying? There's points where you need to be selfish and selfless. We know that, right? We don't think we just talk, just give over our body and everything to everybody who wants to use and abuse me. I don't care because I'm selfless. That's not the willy-nilly shit here. You need your backbone. You need your backbone. Have a backbone. There is no harm that's in that selfishness because by that you are not going to harm anybody. By bringing yourself peace, can you harm anybody? Instead, you will be bringing the same peace to others also. That's why I ain't got nothing but love and peace to bring. I still got my personality here, right? I still say bitch, hoe, and fucking shit. Hold up, I'm missing some shit, y'all. This illusion brings a renewal. My Mystic, peace, fam. Cosmic P, Pusher. There's a door behind a door, love. Yes. There's a door behind a door. Hope you ain't leave your keys. We better not be leaving our keys. There is no harm in this selfishness because by that you are not going to harm anybody. Instead, you will be bringing the same peace to others also. If the mind says I can't be selfless, I must be selfish. Tell it, all right. Go to the other extreme and be selfish and refute. Hold up. It says, hold up, let's read that again. Instead, you will be bringing peace, that same peace to others. If the mind says, quotation marks, I can't be selfless. I must be selfish. Here's what you tell it. All right. Go to the other extreme and be selfish in refusing to disturb your own peace. Go to the other extreme and be selfish in refusing to disturb your own peace. In our daily lives, we always work with these two categories of thoughts. Now we know that selfish thoughts will bring misery. Ultimately, it's going to bring misery, and selfless ones leave us in peace. Ultimately, at the end, ultimately, see, we like temporary pleasure here in the West. We like temporary pleasure. That's why we get the nice cars. That's why we get the nice homes. We know that shit don't last forever. We know ultimately at the root of us, we know all this shit deteriorates. We know body, all of that. But we know that, right? We know that. But we have to watch carefully. Hold up. Hold up. How are we to? Oh, no, no, no. Now we know that the selfish thoughts will bring misery and selfless ones will leave us in peace. I forgot what the fuck I was making the other point for. How are we to know whether our thoughts are selfless or not, right? We have to watch carefully the moment a thought form arises in the mind. What we just talked about last Sunday. Me and my favorite person in the world were just talking about that. Noticing when I said the word don't. Was it don't or can't? See, I don't use the word can't. I catch myself and chop that shit up and can't. Hell no, don't say that. But I didn't notice how I use the word don't. I don't want to do that. Don't. That don't work. That don't work. God damn it. I done chopped down can't. And now here I gotta go work on don't. This is the door behind the door, the door behind the door. This shit keeps going. The lady asked the other day, like earlier, she's like, hey, how long you think this shadow shit work? Shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna have to keep going. It's the little shit. It's the little shit. Because this is what I mean by it's the little shit. What does it say? We have to watch carefully the moment a thought form arises in the mind. We have to question it. We have to wonder why and get to the root of the tutor. We become analysts. This itself is a yogic practice, watching our own thoughts and analyzing them. Watching our own thoughts and analyzing them. That's why I broke down the other thing the other day. It's like, hey, you need to go through those moments where you experience those experiences that led up to the way that you came and think, right? And here it is, right here. Here's that moment. You need to step three. You need to be stepped out on a type of third person view type of view and view that whole situation while the emotions run wild in you and everything. Feel them all and watch, observe. This is what he's talking about here. This is a yogic practice. This itself is a yogic practice. You can be doing yoga by just observing the mind and observing your thoughts. You're doing yoga, watching your own thoughts and analyzing them. So put yourself back in those situations where you felt jealous. Put yourself back in those situations where you felt hurt and felt used and abused, and view them from a different standpoint. See why you react the way that you react. Why a heavy emotion comes over you every time you run into situations like that. I used to have another one. Um, Meditate and take your ass back to those moments, right? And restructure the whole thing, restructure the whole experience. Come to find out, our mind does that anyway. Distort, delete, and categorize. I forgot, you know what I'm saying, from the gold book. Our mind already does that. Our mind already does that. I'm missing some comments, y'all. Hold up. Just keep swimming, right? Yep. I have to start being a lot more selfish when it comes down to my own peace. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That work. That's what we talking about. That's when it's right to be selfish, right? Deletions, distortions, and generalizations. The mind automatically deletes, distorts, and generalize things, right? Automatically. What does that mean? The mind deletes memories. The way that you think shit played out probably didn't play out that same way. The mind gets to deleting shit. And as it deletes those things, now it has a distorted view of what happened, right? And on the way that it view what happened, it now generalizes. So now every time you come into something that seems like the same thing that you experienced, you automatically generalize and categorize it as that thing that you experience. Here's a good example. You do that with people that you date. This is why people say, "Oh, I ain't never dating no Taurus. Oh, I ain't never dating no another Scorpio. I ain't never dating no Cancer." You delete, distort, and generalize. The mind automatically does it. You do this naturally. What Trav say? And when you go through the memory again with a different perspective, you pick up things you ignored and forgot. Y'all understand these are gems right here. Life changing, perspective changing, vrittis, mental modifications. We just gave some practical ways to do it, and we just gave some text on why you should do it. With that being said, y'all, out with the old and with the new. Hey y'all, man, y'all ain't been telling me, man, when I be, cause I went back and watched the video. Y'all ain't been telling me my little intro beat when I be playing my intro beat and doing my little whoa whoa and my little hip hop to the hip hop. I be off beat. Nobody told me, but I guess the way that it's set up with this program, it's a delay on it, so it's fucking with me. I'm like, damn, I can't when I be on beat over here hearing it through the headphones. Y'all hearing it sound like fucking Blueface rapping off beat. But yeah, y'all. Can I read y'all one more paragraph? If I get two people to say yes, I'll read one more paragraph. What try to say? This was the first time I noted. Hold up, Trav. Hold up, y'all. If somebody say read, if, all I need is one person to say read one more paragraph. When I admit, I literally mean paragraph. I literally mean paragraph. And I love the game. Love the hustle. Ain't nobody said, yeah, read one more paragraph. Let me get the fuck up out of here, man. I want to read one more paragraph. Okay. Favorite person say yes. Favorite person say yes. So Here's another one. Stick around. This is literally gonna be 3 minutes, and I'm getting the fuck off here for real. I love being around y'all ass. Like really do. But past an old nigga bedtime. Time for go sleep. Time for oh damn. Keep reading. Got now here y'all coming in droves. Yes. Keep reading. Let's go. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. If you don't know how, then watch her do it. Do it, do it, do. That's that old Atlanta shit right there. When Atlanta was killing the snap music. If y'all don't know that, you probably ain't from the South, and that's cool. But that shit ran rampant when I was in middle school. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. With them felines on. If you don't know how, then watch her do it. Okay, then we finna go through y'all. Here we go. It says in yogic meditation, we experience the involution. Trav know what I'm talking about. Trav is in Georgia. Of course he know. Of course he know. Of course he know. That was that shit. Had everybody. I like the way she rock her knees and bend. Rock her hips and bend her knees. Whatever the fuck they said. Whatever the fuck Tupac said. In yogic meditation, we experience the involution. It could be called the creation and the destruction. Remember what we talk about? Involution. When we talking about the cosmos, the ring chaos. When we said that. Fayetteville, Georgia. Okay, Georgia Peach as well. Same man, all y'all Georgia. I got all the Georgias in here. Hold on. I'm from Tennessee, Holmes. What y'all trying to say? Cause I'm from Tennessee. Like y'all y'all getting on me like, hold up, what's up with all the GA? What's up with all the GA gang going on in here? What's going on? All this Georgia. I love Georgia though. But damn. Slow down, slow down. That was that Camp music. Camp. Who remember Camp? Baby D now. Yeah. Yeah. Real deal shit. We had them big ass clothes on. West side BI. No nigga, east side, ho. That was crunk music era. If you're old enough to remember crunk music. Okay, it says in yogic meditation, we experience involution. And we was talking about evolution with the ring cosmos, ring chaos. Ring chaos is about involution, taking things up out of existence, destroying certain forms, right? Look at y'all, Georgia. 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 Look at my Georgia power. I am with okay, he talking to Trav. In yogic meditation, we experience the involution. It can be called the creation and destruction. So you're creating and destroying at the same time. But what does that mean? But actually, there's nothing created in you. There's nothing created in you, nor is anything destroyed. As the Bhagavad Gita explains, the unmanifest appears as manifest and then returns to the unmanifest. That's cosmic P. The unmanifest appears as manifest and then returns back to the manifest. What are we doing down here? Huh? What is Kether? What is Kether doing? You see, ain't so far. The limitless light coming out of the great darkness is turning itself inside out, stretching all the way down here to Malkuth, stretching all the way down there to Malkuth and becoming manifestation. Why do you think we showed that picture that God is everything? Like when people now, at my level of understanding, I'm like, nigga, I'm God, I don't worship no God. I'm like, bro, of course you're God. Like, what else could you be? There's nothing else to be but God. Nigga, ain't nothing else to be. So everything that you don't like, everything that hurts your feelings, everything that you love is God. Literally. What we see outside is the manifested. The in between. What we see outside is the manifested, the in between. That is what we call creation. That's why, according to yoga, we do not say that God created anything. God ain't create nothing. Yoga said God is just pure consciousness, pure awareness. Here we go. In Prakriti is also there. It is nature being, it's nature being to evolve and then dissolve. That's why I said we keep getting to them pendulum swing, getting to these extremities. We getting close to an end of a point where we dissolved with a D, past tense. It's been done. And then come back out the other side. Remember we read the pendulum swing, stalking the wild pendulum. How we splurt out one way of the cosmos, go all the way around, go through these aeons, get down back over here, and we start to dissolve. And then we go right inside that black hole. And then pop out on the other side on the white hole and do it all again. I ain't coming back no more. What you trying to say? Where you going? Where you going? You ain't coming back no more. Where you going? Yoga says God is just a pure consciousness, and Prakriti is also there. Its nature being to evolve, then dissolve. I just seen Trav comment. It's crazy. I just glanced over, fool. Like I wasn't even focusing on the comments, and then corner of my eye, right inside that black hole. Prakriti in the unmanifest condition has both matter and force. Prakriti in both condition has both matter and force. Y'all childish as hell over here. And that's why I fuck with y'all, because I'm childish the same way. Said you had similar dreams to all that. The last part we were just talking about, that's what you're talking about? Which book you talking about? Cosmic Doctrine? Or you talking about this book we talking about now? I'm lost. My bad. I'm thinking about the shit that Trav said. My bad. Keith Star. And I don't even know if I said peace. 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 Appreciate you coming in and pushing this cosmic P. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the book you talking about. Nah, that book was legendary than a motherfucker. Like, needs to be read for the duration of my life. It will be reread. I don't know how many times. Like as much times as Travis read fucking um Mystical Kabbalah and keep on adding on top how many times you're gonna read, because Mystical Kabbalah is one of them ones too. Without fire, okay, hold up. Prakriti in the unmanifested condition has both matter and force, which are inseparable, like fire and heat. Remember, when we talk about Prakriti, the divine feminine principle, Prakriti herself is causeless, or cause and effectless, or causeless, which means it doesn't deal with it doesn't have to deal with causes and effects, is what I'm trying to say. The divine feminine principle itself on its grandiose scale, which would be Bina, right? Which would be Bina, aka Saturn, aka Big Mama, doesn't deal with cause and effect, doesn't go through the motions of cause and effects, doesn't go through the ups and downs. But it is the creator of causes and effects. The divine feminine principle is the creator of causes and effects. Then we say the divine feminine principle creates forms, takes force and creates a form out of it and give it something. That something is cause and effects. That's the principle. Let's see. Prakriti in the unmanifested condition has both matter and force, which are irreplaceable like fire and heat. Without fire, there is no heat. So here we go. When we talk about Prakriti has prepackaged the effect comes prepackaged in the cause. When I first read that and Samkhya Darshan, that fucking fucked me up. Something so simple. The effect comes prepackaged in the cause. And the best example for that was a seed. The seed already has the tree in it. The seed already has the plant in it. It just needs to be put under the right proper condition to get the desired effect. But it comes pre-packaged with a effect. Think about that when you think about your relationships. When you think about what we talking about dealing with relationships, think about that. What that person is already come pre-packaged with the effect that you're gonna get. Don't ignore it. Make sure it's at least some way balanced. Let's see these. What's the name? Divine masculine / divine feminine form versus force. Hold up. The form versus force. Effect is prepackaged in the cause. The effect is prepackaged in the cause. That's some gangster shit. When you understand that and you're trying to get a desired effect with your magic, sometimes you be pulling from something that's not conducive with the desired effect that you're trying to get. That's enough on that. Like, no, real shit. Real shit. Then what he'll try to say, we ought to really meditate on that. Let me leave that on the screen while I read. Prakriti in the unmanifested condition has both matter and force, which are inseparable. So what she just say, the masculine and feminine, matter and force. The divine feminine deals with matter. The divine masculine deals with force, which are inseparable, like fire and heat. They go together. What is y'all doing out here in this world? They go together, like fire and heat. Without fire, there is no heat. The cause and the effect wrapped in each other, right? The heat is the effect of the cause, which is the fire. It's pre-packaged. Meditate on that, like Trav saying. When the nature is in an unmanifested condition, the force is dormant or static. When the nature is in an unmanifested condition, the force is dormant or static. When the seed hasn't manifested in the tree, it's just dormant and static. For example, when a dynamo doesn't revolve, no electricity is produced. But the moment the motor starts rotating, it produces electricity. The force or prana has three constitutes. We know what those threes are, don't we? We know what they is, don't we? Come on, bro. You know what the threes is. Rogers, Thomas, and Salva. The three gunas. Tranquility, right? Activity. Tranquility would be Sattva. Activity would be Rajas. Inertia would be Tamas. When all three qualities are in equilibrium, they do not affect matter. But once there is little disturbance in the gunas, it creates motion. Once there's a little disturbance, listen, so disturbance is useful and appropriate. In this reality, you're not going to have a relationship with no disturbance. You're not going to have a life with no disturbance. I don't care if you fit. I don't give a fuck if you're sexy. I don't give a fuck if you eat well. I don't give a fuck if you whatever. Disturbance comes with life. Matter of fact, it's the creation of life. Life is built off of disturbance. You're disturbed when you push a child through your vagina. There's a disturbance to the body. But once there's a little disturbance in the gunas, it creates motions. It creates motion in the matter, which give rise to all kinds of form. The pillar of severity is the divine feminine principle, the bringer of disturbance. No, the giver of life and the bringer of death. Why? Because if you are given life, you ultimately have to be given death. She's the bringer of life and the giver. She's the giver of life and the bringer of death. Straight divine feminine shit. And if you don't understand it, you're gonna call it evil. But if you do understand it, it's a beautiful thing. Roger Thomas and Sattva. And this because some people may be new here, never heard that, right? Which I end up learning from this guy here, right? The three gunas. After I had a three guna experience on a personal level, right? But it ultimately led me to tapping in with Travis Mages in boom, boom, boom. Well, I read about the three gunas in the Agora book, but no, Travis expanded on it. By the time I got to him, which like the next morning or two, and ran into his page, he had already dropped a video on the three parts of the soul and dealing with the three gunas. So he expanded on it to a level that was like, what the fuck? That's it. So the three gunas, Rogers is active, and then you got Thomas, which is dormant inertia. Then you got Sattva, which is tranquility, right? So these three aspects play out in everything in the manifest reality. Everything, everything in the manifest reality works upon these threes. But it creates motion and matter, which gives rise to all kinds of forms. This is how the entire universe appears. The sky, the earth, the fire, the air, and all the elements are created. So the one that is unmanifest, listen, so the one that is unmanifest slowly evolves itself, and ultimately we see concrete forms. Now, there's going to be a video I'm going to do dealing with these concrete forms and these complexities. Does this relate to the three men that visit Jesus? Huh. Huh. Look at how, hold up, right? Look at how death is prepackaged into life. This is a good question here. Does that relate to the three men that visit Jesus? I'm going to tell you now. I've learned from learning with Trav and going back and doing my own research and checking it. Anytime you see the threes, remember the three gunas: activity, dormant and inert energy, movement, dormant, inert energy, and then you have tranquility, a balance, a peaceful state. Not peaceful, but a tranquil state. I don't remember enough about the three wise men, but I guarantee you they line up with the three gunas. I was hoping somebody else come in the chat and say, but I guarantee you they line up with the three gunas. It's checking out. When I learned this, Trav, it's checking out. You can see it in every what's the name? Ed, and Eddie. You got one peaceful one, you got one tranquil one, you got one lazy one, lazy and destructive one. And you also have a very active one. And Ed, and Eddie. Yes, you do. Keep Star. Right on point with that. Look at the threes. It has to play out like that. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Kether, Hokmah, and Bina. Powerpuff Girls. Everywhere you go, the tree. Everywhere you go is three. The principles of this foundation is three. Because that's what stars manifest reality. Three. It shows. This is why I say, bro, when you learning this shit, bro, this is cosmic P. When you learning this shit, this is a totally different system, right? This is the Kabbalah, right? This is a totally different system. I gotta get the fuck off of here. This is a totally different system, but these three still play out here. Then you got three pillars. Look, I already got it written up there. Thomas, Rogers, Sattva. It plays out. I'm not giving you no fluff. Trav would be here if it was. You wouldn't be here if I was. I'm not giving you no fluff. I'm talking about straight principles that carry out across the board. 1 + 1 = 3. Hold up, missing some shit. The wise men gifts were more the guna. Okay, J. Byhead says the wise men's gifts were more dealt more with the guna. Okay, okay. Being okay. Being kingship, right? Deity and death. So we got a king, right? That would be the sattvic stage, right? Then we got death, that would be the tamasic stage. Then we got deity, would be the active stage. The three gunas. Rogers, Thomas, and Sattva. That was fire, J Bod here. See, I didn't know that. That's why. See, this is what I'm saying, man. What's better than being around motherfuckers like this, bro? Like motherfuckers who know and motherfuckers who wanna know. People who know and wanna know, and it works out both ways. Even the ones who know still wanna know. This here is what we call the standard operating procedure. It's the stand on principle. SOP is our standing operating procedure. We stand on motherfucking principle. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, getting in where we fit in, dropping some of this cosmic P. And I want you to do something with me. And that is repeat after me. And we're going to run this like church. Now, I want you to turn to your neighbor. And if you're not sitting with anybody, turn inward, close your eyes, and repeat after me. Say, no, no obstacles, obstacles will apprehend, apprehend you, you prosper, prosper over, over pain, pain. Stand on principle. Can I get a witness here? Can I get a witness? Can I get some SOPs before I leave? Can I get some SOPs before I leave? Say that every time before you go to sleep. Repeat that mantra to yourself. Oh man, AJ by here. Take my ass to sleep. I may actually okay, you know what? That may be another great what's the name to do. That may be another great thing to do, J by here. That would be another great thing to do. I may do that. I may do that. I may do that. But I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, J by here. I'm sorry. I'm taking my ass to sleep. Been one of them days. I just got inspired once I read them passages. SOP. Amen. AKA Keter. The hidden, the concealed one. Stand on principle. SOP. Okay, J Bahel said it so fast. Let's see, J Bahel. Which type it in the chat. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it, J Bahel? 119.97 through Trav reading them all. Hold up, what? Hold up. You putting out the book tomorrow night? I thought it'd be Tuesday. I thought it'd be Tuesday, Trav. I'm finna read this for J By here. J By here is a supporter. So if y'all gonna hang out, hang out. Cause I just know us. We would get the goddamn read and it gets to going and then you be like, I can't stop. We gotta keep talking. Said 97. I'm gonna read it and do no commentary on it. Just come back. And this is Mem. Psalms. Hold on. What I'm gonna read. Psalms 119. 97 through 104. Oh, how I love your law. I meditate on it all day long. Your commands are always with me and make me wiser than my enemies. I have more insight than all my teachers, for I meditate on your statuses. I have more understanding than the elders, for I obey your precepts. I keep my feet from evil. I keep my feet from every evil path, so that I might obey your word. I have not departed from your laws, for yourself, for you yourself have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. I gain understanding from your precepts. Therefore, I hate every wrong path. I love the game and I love the hustle. Peace, y'all. It was love being here with y'all. It's love connecting with y'all. Y'all are a blessing. And y'all go out and evolve. And y'all evolve the people around y'all. And y'all evolve me. This is how we rocking out. Oh yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that subliminals for shadow work while you sleep. Yes, 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 yes. Man, I gotta give y'all a dream. I listened to a home hing sheen Saraswati Nama. And I had a dream. I came, it literally vibrated the whole fucking bed. Do y'all know I woke up on the other side of the dream? I woke up in another dimension, basically. Let's just say that. Woke up in a whole nother reality. And there was three women standing by my bed. The whole bed was vibrating to that mantra. Om Hring Shring Saraswati Nama. The whole vibrating. The bed just and I see them touching each other like he coming. Like I'm coming into a whole nother dimension. They're like he coming. I recorded that shit, bro. I'm gonna do a whole video on it, but like he coming. And then they sit right there. It's like the body that I'm transferring into is just laying there in a bed, and it's like I'm overshadowing on like here's the body laying down on the bed. Here's the headboard. I'm sitting over the body, watching me come into the body. And the bed is shaking to that mantra that I listen to at night, that I'm gonna listen to tonight. The bed is shaking and I come in. And I remember having like a cowboy hat on. And I remember like my body, I know I'm in a dream, but I'm like, bro, okay, this one I'm coming into, like, damn, it's very lucid. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Like my body feel different. And it was a tall black woman. It was two white women sit at the edge of the bed. Like they got their hand on me, like, okay, you good? Okay. You just came in. Are you good? And the other one just like not on some like nigga, but just like on some serious, like big mama shit, like just watching. And then I'm like, hold up, like what's going on? They get to talking like, oh, he doesn't know. He forgot. He forgot. I'm gonna get into that another night, y'all. I gotta go. But my mystic. It's a Saraswati mantra. Om Shneem Clean Saraswati Nama. Om Shneem Clean Saraswati Nama. Much love, y'all. Cause I'll be here with y'all. God damn. Hold up, Trav. That 12. Oh yeah. Oh damn, J Bye. I gotta check your DM. Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna be here all night with y'all, man. Shit, man. I love this shit, but I need to take my ass to sleep. I'm out. Stand on motherfucking P. Keep pushing cosmic principle. I appreciate y'all being here with me and all of y'all being here with each other. And we all here together. And it's all love. Peace out.